So this is going to be an extremely cartoony method, a couple of really cartoony methods of constructing the torso. And the point of showing them to you is to help you get off the ground and comfortable drawing the torso just as a beginning. Okay? So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to base our torso drawings on a really simple shape, that of a pear or a bean, as we've been doing. Okay, so we're going to add to that a bullet. And what this will do is this will make it so that you can just draw a really quick torso, so that you can start to play with some of the more complicated ideas that are going to come up in later lectures. Okay, so the way that you do this, let's start. I'll just draw one directly off of the pear shape. So starting with a pear shape, and the next thing is the center line. To this, to initially establish the abdominals, we're going to add the shape of a bullet. That's this shape right here. So, and that's going to come down like this. Okay. To that, we're going to add a line across and a line across. And in this case, our line that's crossing is coming right at us. Okay. Then at the bottom of the pectoralis muscles, another line. Here's the other line. And to this, we're going to add a pair of underwear, making sure to get the leg holes to feel right. And that gives us a really basic torso. If the torso wants to be a woman, the addition of breasts, and what you do is, if you take a point in here and you project lines out from it, so if you take a point here and you project lines outward like that, the breasts are sitting about in that area. So these breasts would be sitting about in this area. Okay, so let's run through this process one more time really quickly. We start out with a pear. Adding in a center line. We bring in the bullet. Looking for the way that the underwear will fit onto this torso. Okay, and for a second what I'd like to do is I'd like to compare this method. I'd like to look at some masterwork based on and see how it works according to this method. So here we have a reference. And if we do a little bit of a draw over, so okay, so here's a little bit of a draw over for this. So if what we're doing is we're starting with a pear like this, I think what I'm going to do to make this easier to see is I'm going to pick red. Okay, so there's the pear shape. Here's the center line. There's the cross. Turns upwards. See that it's got a back. Okay. Here's the leg. Here's the bullet shape. Comes down in here. And here's the underwear. Right there. Do this one too. So there's the pear shape. The center line. The bullet shape for the abdominals. And a cross. And across and over and over. And in this instance, if you go from here and here, the breasts come up there and there. Okay, so that looks okay. So one last thing. Working with the pear, I'd like to go back to the pear and show you that you can also reverse it. You can do it upside down. Okay, so there's the upside down pear, and putting in a center line, bringing in the bullet through there, and the pectoralis across here. The underwear shape down here. And it becomes a lot more heroic. Okay. Now some people like to do this for the rhythms of the shoulder. They start here and carry them through to about there. So you could start here and think of this as a line that comes through like that. Okay, so that's the first torso lecture, how to get a cartoon torso.